Exactly.
European dance music, you know.
I definitely didn't just take us live just now and take our mics off mute. Ah.
That's great. Okay.
Hello, Vane. Good afternoon, and welcome back to DragonboneArchives.
Yes, we're back. We're here. We're queer. We're tired.
Definitely tired. 12 miles yesterday. 12 miles kayaked. So,
Yeah, you were fucking sailing and running and jumping and
uh,
climbing trees and all that jazz.
yeah, well, when I say kayaked, I want to make sure that I articulate for everybody possibly listening. I dragged my boat across 12 miles of stones when the water was 6 inches too fucking low for love, mostly because it was Anton's birthday this week. So we let him pick where we were going for our big trip because it's like his birthday trip or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, the creek was a foot low. We typically only do trips down it if it is no more than 6 inches low. So I dragged my kayak across rocks for 12 miles.
Well, that sounds like a fun time for everyone.
I told him that if there was a hole in my boat, he was going to work overtime until he could buy me another.
I mean, maybe you just send him out to work overtime until he's got boat money anyway.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. But
The
yes.
boy needs to earn his keep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ah, dear.
Listen, you
So,
can't. I don't know that I could even get that boat again because it doesn't like exist.
well, that would prevent you from getting it down.
Oh, we already did the quality crops bundle.
What's
Oh
wrong?
god. We already did the quality crops bundle for the parsnips.
So we've just got a pile of gold quality crops for the fun of it. Good for
Hell
us.
yeah! I love that for us.
We just like the nice things in life, like gold quality
Yeah.
turnip parsnips.
Yeah. Exactly. Fane, how are you today? How's the day going?
Apart from a bone deep
Ah,
ache. Deep
bone.
ache.
Yes, bone deep ache. Absolutely correct. Let me tell you, the worst part's my tailbone. But otherwise, good. As I was explaining to Graham, it's sunny here and a good 80 degrees. It's been that way all week, so it's been a lot of us going out and doing the thing.
I'm sorry to hear that you just got in 5 minutes ago, Finn, but if it's any
Thank you
consolation, you
for.
are. Yeah, thank you for being
Okay.
here.
Yeah. Thank you for spending that time with us.
What a treat for you.
Alright, I'm selling all this veg. It's going.
Well, you see, that's not a bad way to spend your time hanging out with your friends. I can't really fault you for that.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
I agree.
bless you for hurrying home just for us. We're not worth it. You know, we're just two weirdos on the internet.
Right? Just a couple kids on the internet here.
Just a couple of strange ones.
Mm-hmm. I have my little gaming clock going. Oh god, am I gonna miss Pierre? Listen here, you bastard. You better stay behind that fucking counter.
No, too late.
That's what I
Here
thought.
be gone.
I got him. Alright, what do we want to buy?
Potatoes.
Potatoes. Got it.
We always want to buy potatoes. Do we have
Yep,
enough
I'm
time
selling
left
us.
in the? Have we got
Yeah, we should.
potato time?
Yeah. It's only the 15th.
Okay. I am being violently assaulted by an insect in the mines, and not in the
Beautiful.
sexy way.
Bastards. I am going to go utilize. Oof. Yeah, shin splints. No, thank you. That is tough.
That's not a good time. How have I been? I've had a week. We have a little new arrival in the house of a little puppy who is not going to be joining us tonight because he's sleeping. And middle of the week, he woke up and was not choosing evil, and he wasn't bouncing around and trying to destroy all of humanity. Ergo, he was on death's door. So we had to rush him to the vet, and then in the midst of that, I also had to live. It's Sunday afternoon. Yes, Yes, I also managed to crash into someone on the school run that day, so it's just been an absolute ball of a week. Not a person, a car. The car is like the machine spirit might be damaged. I don't know.
Did it lose its confidence?
It doesn't trust anymore.
Mood.
To be fair, it
So-
doesn't trust anymore in the sense that the doors of it wouldn't open anyway.
Do you remember how I told you we just got our car back?
Yeah,
And it has a brand new bumper on it. We were looking
yeah.
and somebody definitely already dinged our bumper.
Hate it.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not putting another insurance claim in. We put in like 2 this year already. No.
Yeah, I have lost all of my no claims. I had like years worth and years worth and years worth, and it's all gone now.
Here,
I can no longer be trusted with a vehicle.
yeah, our insurance is gonna go up by like $100 a month next month, so I will probably honestly shop around.
Good plan. I was honestly like trying to work out if it was possible to not have the car anymore because of how expensive it's going to be.
You know, I can't even disagree with you. Like, I also curbed the wheel the other day, which is fine. Like, I just ripped a little bit out of the tire, but you know, when you have a significant other that's an auto technician, oh.
Yeah, I can imagine you'd be grumpy about that one.
No, I mean, honestly, his first response was like, "Oh no, it's fine, honey. It's fine. It's fine." And I'm over here like, "I hate this. I hate vehicles. I hate cars. Cars are stupid. We should abolish them. Abolish cars. Get rid of everything to do with them. You know, because thanks to the American machine, everything to do with cars is stupid here."
Oh no, I agree. I mean, we have inherited that from you, so it's stupid here as well. It's
Hi,
Sam.
Hello, Sam. Good afternoon.
I am very much looking forward to sitting in the chat while Sam plays games and I get to say things at her instead of it the other way around.
Yes, it's gonna be glorious.
Because you know I'm going to make it weird. I'm not allowed to make it weird when I'm on camera because I'm meant to be like representing the show or whatever. But if I'm off camera, I can say anything. You remember what that's like. Okay, Sam. I just found a bridal veil.
Nice.
I will bring it to you, and you can put it on whoever you please. Probably a horse, I would guess, but...
I will say I did find the pink cowboy hat in my solo save.
Oh, amazing.
Hat Mouse had it, and I was like, I don't care how much it is. I'm buying it. I will spend every penny.
My darling wife was in town yesterday, and I kind of casually mentioned to her that if she came across a pink cowboy hat on her travels, you know, if that was to come home to me, that would be fine. She did not find one. I'm quite let down.
Damn.
Next time.
Next time. Correct. We need more torches.
So what tea shall we spill this evening?
Well, earlier when I said I was gonna look into give myself context for the thing we had talked about, I didn't like heavily do that on purpose so that you could just tell me the story.
It's a good story. Oh, I found an ancient seed, by the way. I'll pop it in the box over here.
Okay, sounds good.
And also crab, and also bridal veil. So yes, I think we want to talk about James Somerton. Just because it's kind of a fascinating story, honestly. So, where do we begin? We could start with the sort of video that called him out, or we could go a little bit further back to where plagiarism. That's right thing. The plagiarism video was kind of the turning point for him. But prior to that, there were a few people calling him out because, well, he is historically, I'm not saying he is a misogynist, but a lot of his content comes off as a little misogynistic and kind of eliminates women from the narrative and makes it so that you know that gay men are the most oppressed minority to ever exist. And throughout the course of the video, talking about plagiarism, H Bomber Guy, as Fane said, just sort of kept on casually dropping hints about how much he liked to suck dick, just so that when it finally came time to criticize James Somerton, he couldn't pull out the usual "this is homophobia" shit.
Which, love that.
Oh yes, he planned ahead. So yes, little Jimmy Somerton, he made a really good living for himself for many, many years doing YouTube series, basically queer history, except he would only call it gay history because other queers don't exist. And yeah, the H Bomber Guy video was like 3 hours long, so I can very much forgive people not watching it, and I'm obviously vastly paraphrasing it at the moment. But the gist of it was that the gentleman in question had not actually really been doing his own research or much of anything, and had instead been taking other YouTubers' better researched and better made videos and just kind of reciting them on his channel. Which, you know, plagiarism.
Wild.
Bad thing to do. Yeah. And just working off the assumption that because he was a bigger name, no one would ever do anything about it. So that's step one of the craziness. I should also mention, throughout all of this, we'll circle back. So, Somerton kind of established not the greatest guy in the world just in that context, but what he did next kind of blows that out of the water, in my opinion, because he posted a suicide note online and then went no contact with absolutely everyone. Of course,
when was this? Like, I heard the initial story, but
this
when did that happen?
Almost immediately after the video came out. He tried posting an apology, which was obviously quite mealy mouthed because he didn't actually think he'd done anything wrong, and then it didn't get better from there. Yes, mealy mouthed apology, and then went straight to suicide, which obviously everyone at the time was shocked and horrified, and poor H Bomber Guy and his editor were freaking the fuck out and trying desperately to get in contact with James Somerton, or even to get in contact with anyone close to him so they could do a wellness check.
Yeah.
They were breaking their hearts over the idea that they might have caused someone's death by, well, it's difficult to say exactly where blame lies there because, if he hadn't been doing shitty things to start with, there wouldn't have been anything to make a video about that he was getting called out and things. But yes, they were absolutely horrified. They thought they'd killed someone. They were super upset. Meanwhile, James is over on his alt account where he likes to post whole, defending James Somerton as an anonymous alt. And oh boy, not even the worst thing he did. Defending James Somerton as his anonymous alt and posting about how thirsty he was for characters from TV shows. After a little while, someone makes the connection between this alt account and James Somerton because he's created a TikTok account of the exact same name where he's posting his face. His own face. Wow. He started off posting AI shit to cover up the fact that it was him, but yeah. So it turns out
the worst part about that, you can so easily change your voice on TikTok or never show your face.
Yeah, it is just 100% ego with this guy all the way down, and yeah.
God. That is not Slay Boots the house down.
No, it was pretty bad. Honestly, it was pretty fucking bad. But oh, we're having a cutscene. Okay.
I'm skipping that shit.
Good. Yeah, so yeah, mildly horrifying behaviour from him. No, not mildly, sorry. Absolutely mortifying behaviour from him. Probably the worst thing I could imagine doing to another person, pretending that you killed yourself over something they called you out on.
Yeah, that's insane. What?
And I should mention there was a load of other shady shit he's been involved with, obviously he does some media analysis on his channel. So he was, well, I say he does media analysis. He was lifting other people's media analysis and posting it as well. But changing the word queer to gay each time. And then, yeah, so as a result of that, he'd actually done a very successful, like, little Kickstarter style campaign to open up a film studio making gay films for gay people. And he'd raised a small fortune in money from it. And as of yet, it has produced a website with a rotating cast of different films that they're allegedly making, but none are ever in production. They just seems to be posters that James has knocked together.
All right. So my bet is that plot twist, the posters are actually generative art anyway.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me in the least. But the key and most important point is the people that have sunk a small fortune into his various businesses.
His little studio, yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
god, that's insane.
I don't think they're ever going to see that money back. I'm just throwing it out there. I also wonder if his little faux suicide attempt is maybe a way to try and dodge the results of that as well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, just like, again, I'm astounded at the like gumption and gall to just be out on an alt account with your face. Like, again,
Well,
it's so easy to change your appearance.
Yeah, his alt account, that was just this little private TikTok that he was sticking around on, that he started after all this started because he was upset. But the other alt account he'd had running for a long time, long enough to post hole on. So yeah, if you ever want to see what James Somerton's asshole looks like, that's available free online. Unless he's deleted that account as well.
I don't know that I've ever thought to myself that I would like that.
No, I mean, I'm by no means a prude, but there's something just singularly unappealing about the man.
Yeah.
He just kind of looks exactly how you'd expect him to look, if that makes sense.
Oh, jeez. Are you say? So wrinkly.
Wrinkly.
We're talking about a hole here. Come on.
I mean, yeah, that particular part of him, I would imagine there's a little bit of a crinkle to it. Anyway.
Oh my god, that's just like.
And what was so interesting as well, obviously we very much live in a society where...
We live in a place.
We live in a place, but we live in a society where, like, the idea of someone committing suicide is considered just, like, the absolute worst fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, even while my kids like their dark humor, even they sort of flinch away from that sort of joke.
Yeah.
Well, the younger one does. The older one thinks it's fucking hilarious because the younger one flinches away from it. Anyway, key point was... when this happened, everyone was absolutely horrified, and they were so upset for him, and so upset for everyone involved in the story, essentially. And my horrible little voice inside me said, I bet you he's faking it. And
you know, your horrible little voice was correct.
And I hate that for me. I don't want my horrible little voice to be correct. I want my horrible little voice to be wrong. Because that is a terrible, terrible thing. Like, to live in a world where someone would do that shit. I don't want to be that. I don't want to be there.
Oh, God. That's, oof.
And I'm sure there's a great deal more. If anyone has the time, you should definitely go and watch the H-Bomber guy video, because it is really interesting, and it talks about the problem of plagiarism all across YouTube. It's not just this one guy he's going after. Yeah. But also, you honestly just watch all of H-Bomber guy's stuff. It's all really good.
I saw how long it was, honestly, and I was kind of like...
You see, you are talking... You're talking to someone that will...
a long video.
You see, oh, thank God, because I thought you were going to say, no, it's too long, I can't watch it. You see, I love me a long video. I've watched all the Price Quentin Reviews iCarly stuff. I mean, that's at least like 48 hours of your life you're never getting back. Hello.
Interesting. Okay, in light, as Fane says here in the chat, in light of As a result of outing the plagiarism, a not insubstantial number of high-level people in academia have been found plagiarizing too.
You see, in academia, it's difficult because there has always been plagiarism in everything, obviously. But in academia, I feel like there's so much crossover between the various parts. In academia, you're all kind of just talking about the same stuff all the time, and I feel like in academia as well, you all learn the same language. So the way that you talk about it is going to be kind of shaped by that as well. So I have seen some of the stuff that's being accused of plagiarism in academic spaces. Yes, Fane, many follow-up vids, and all very good. This is my house? Yes, this is my house. Sorry, I'm
Are you
not
actually
having a
going to
stroke,
bed,
guys.
or are you just resting?
I'm actually going to bed, but you feel free to keep on running around because I need a moment to sip my drink.
You are all good. Oh, that's just wild. I saw an article recently, and it was talking about this kind of a little bit a mix of both you and Fane's kind of comments reminded me of this, but essentially it had talked about how the phrase, what was the phrase? Oh my god, dive right in. Since the advent of generative AI and its use in papers went from like 50 times a year in a paper to 4,000 in a span of like 3 years.
Oh, wild.
Yeah.
Now, I would argue that some degree of that's probably also going to be like people just the language changing and the way that people talk about things changing.
Yeah.
But the generative AI in like when you talk about Chat GPT and things with schools, it's really horrifying. I mean, really extra strength horrifying the amount of stuff that is being handed to Chat GPT, which I would like to remind everyone doesn't actually, fact check anything. It just kind of shits out something that sounds like it's the right shape.
Essentially.
You need a hand with watering, or are you all right?
Oh, I'm good. You don't have a watering can anyway.
I shall return to the mines. I don't have a watering can?
No, I have it.
You know what? I'm not even going to comment.
I always have the watering can.
I'm just going to end up on a TikTok again if I comment on your endless watering can thievery, so I'm just going to go to the mine and hit some rocks.
I mean, that's about what I do every day for a living anyway.
Feels like
that's
it.
What it feels like. Oh my god.
Yes, the a friend of mine, Alex, he's an author from the States, and we constantly refer to it as going to work in the word mines.
Essentially. The one thing I kind of was thinking about, especially when we think about like AI and all of that, like just like the thing that I wonder about, the thing that I think about, right, a lot of times is just the overall degradation of content, right? Like, I would say over the past, like, 24 months, content in general has just gone down in a lot of ways in quality with so much of AI being added in. Like, we've even talked about it for, like, in our TikTok, right? We were looking at CapCut and how much of that is just AI generated now. And it's like...
Well, what really upset me was it came up with a thing offering to write scripts for you for your TikToks or whatever, scripts that will convert and all the rest of it. The usual sales bullshit. And what really got me was the percentage of people that I had seen on those apps already using it.
Yeah.
Like, it's all phrased exactly the same way.
Captions, though.
Well, no, this was the script for you to read. This is the...
Oh. Shit.
Yeah. And it's all the, this is an unpopular opinion, but all this shit. That's where it came from. It's not from real people. It's from AI going, what generates the most interaction?
Hate.
Hate does. Excuse me a moment. Yeah. Yeah. You coming or not? Okay. Thought we were about to get Puppy on stream, and he just ran away from me with his tail between his legs. Fuck that guy.
Exactly. Fane's got some thoughts in the chat.
Some companies try to... Yes, that is not even slightly surprising that when you're trying to eliminate people using ChatGPT, you're also eliminating people who English isn't... One moment. Baby! Baby! He's got a little wet.
Puppy time! Puppy time! Put him on screen. Put him on screen.
Okay, we can return to this very serious conversation in just one moment. I need you to see the baby.
Oh, Hector, so cute.
He is a good and special boy.
What a guy.
I love you. Go away.
Did he just wake up from a nap? He looks very sleepy.
That is literally just his face. That's what he looks like 24 hours a day. Oh my god, I'm being murdered by a bug.
That mood.
Sorry. Yes, that was Hector.
Oh, right.
Being murdered by another bug. Give me a moment. Film's getting
fine.
worse. I'd like to see the baby.
I'd like to see the baby. Correct. Exactly. Oh, salmonberry.
Watch time is more important than watchability. Interesting. But yes, I completely agree. The whole argument that films are getting worse, I would say that is less to do with AI and more to do with the gradual shift of business models in filmmaking.
Oh yeah, and when I say content, what I mean is like short form, new media content, right? Like it just like I think about the people. Sorry to stream. I can't help it. Sometimes I hit buttons. I think about like the people who are writing books, just trying to churn out ChatGPT books for profit.
Oh yeah, yeah, I hate
and
those
it
people.
just makes me want to vomit because it's like.
Because those
Writing
people,
a book is hard. Like, yes, it is hard. But it's not that fucking hard.
Like, no, don't get me wrong, it is really fucking hard. But
It is.
at the same time, you're producing something that's uniquely yours. You're creating something that's new and interesting and says something about the world that you live in, even if you don't intend it to. Even if you're writing about fairies and goblins, you're still telling people like who you are as a writer and as a person.
Yeah.
So yeah, the people who when it was just the sort of content mill style stuff where people were just churning out books as quickly as possible, I could tolerate it to a degree because it was, as gross as it is, it's still quite representative of our society where people are sacrificing their creativity on the altar of capital. But
Mood.
thoughts on Jonathan Brooks, the gentleman that writes the Dungeon Core books. I don't really have any thoughts on him. Why? What's happened? Has he been AIing or something? I'll let Fane type for a moment. He's been using AI to generate books. You see, I don't really... Yeah, I will not personally be buying any of his books. Oh, he just churns stuff out really fast. No, I would imagine, like, some people do just write really fucking fast. Don't get me wrong, especially in the spheres like in lit RPG and things, because you've got to make money, unfortunately. That's the way that the system with Amazon is set up.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand why that is tempting people to use AI as well, because the idea of just churning out content as rapidly as possible, like, I get it. I get that for some people this isn't an art form, it's a means to make money as quickly as possible. I don't like that that's the way it is, but I also, again, we live in a society. We live in under
We live in a
capitalism.
society. I was gonna say it, but you beat me to it.
We live in a society. We have to make money to live, and let's be honest. I doubt I would be writing the books that I write if it wasn't for the fact that I need books to make money. Like, I write commercial fiction. That is what I write, and I don't think there is anything wrong with writing commercial fiction, because I've been a fan of commercial fiction my entire life, and I enjoyed the pulps when they were still kicking around. And I think that a pulp story can have as much to say as some literary piece. But
Definitely.
yeah, the idea of just generating content. I think that's the problem. I think it's you're not writing a book, you're generating content.
Yeah. You know, the language of that's also interesting when we think about, like, so when I said content, actually the first thing you thought of was movies, right?
Oh no, sorry, I was talking about movies in the sense of Fane was mentioning movies, so that was where I went
okay.
to. Sorry.
Okay. Now I was just thinking about, like, the language of it and, like, how, like, othering it can be to refer to it so generally.
Oh,
And, like, you have to
absolutely.
wonder, when did that shift happen? Like, it just makes me think about, like, the, like, bigger overall shift in the way that we do things.
Well, I mean, artists have not been very respected for quite a long time. Let's be honest. And that includes writing, filmmaking, you name it. Because the people who tend to be in charge of the business side of things are business people who have no respect for the art. It's just a product for them.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, saying consuming content sounds slightly better than consuming product, but it's still the same corporate language, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the
Like,
corporatization of the arts.
yeah. And yeah, I fucking hate it. But
Yeah, same.
it's I think it's
No.
definitely rooted in the same stuff.
We're taking Gus a daffodil, by the way.
Okay. I like Gus.
He's
I
the
don't know
only
who
man
writes
that.
about that.
Gus is the only man I would romance in this entire, like, as a feminine presenting farmer. Gus is my guy.
Interesting.
We gotta get a mod to romance Gus.
No, actually, I don't think you can romance him in Star Trek Expanded either.
Yeah, I know you
But
can't in vanilla, which is what we're
I
playing.
will say that if you were a female presenting farmer, I don't think Gus is interested in you, honey.
You're right. I don't disagree.
I think he's on my team. I've got to be honest with you. I don't think he's.
You're right. It's time to play the game, man.
Oh my god, go away, little stone people. I've had enough of fighting you. Let me out of these fucking levels.
I don't remember how much of the crab pot bundle we've got done, but I've got some muscles for it, so I'm gonna run up and crab pot a little bit.
You got some what for this crab pot? I have a
The
crab in the.
oyster.
Cool. Yeah. Did you get the crab from the box? Yeah.
No, but I can do tomorrow.
Okay. No, I didn't know if you were going smussels. Got a flesh my smussels. Well, Fane, don't clip that. And it was an oyster after all that.
Oh, God. Good.
Oh dear.
What?
So, what were we talking about? I've lost my thread of thought.
We were talking about the way language has changed around content and the way, like,
Yes.
we've corporatized the arts. Like, does it make you kind of, like, think about, like, when patronizing the arts was seen as, like, such a great, like, we think about a lot, like, especially Renaissance painters, right? I've seen this sentiment carried a lot online where it's like, oh, well, you wonder why we don't have art that looks like Renaissance paintings. And it's like, well, because none of you are willing to put an artist in a house for a year, feed, clothe, make sure that that artist has everything they need to live so they can make the great art for you.
Yeah,
And
this
how
is the
much of
problem.
this, yeah, outsourced.
I mean, what artist is meant to focus in the world that we live in? How
Yeah,
do you make great art?
exactly. Like it just it's sad to me. Like we could have AI doing things like, I don't know, planning public transportation routes. That would be useful.
That'd be very useful.
For it to have it analyzing the data of when traffic is most high and be able to kind of redirect, reroute, like that would be genuinely amazing, right?
There are.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Fade.
Fane. There are so many things that AI would be useful for, but I think the problem
We could
is that
completely outsource CEOs.
we could, because
I
ultimately
mean,
they are just a machine that's designed to produce as much profit as possible, and yeah, that's very easy to automate. But I think you've
yeah,
just hit the nail on the head that they don't want to automate their jobs; they just want to automate everyone else's jobs,
yeah. And
and
it's
they've
like,
got no
okay, but
respect
then
for
let's get into
creativity.
the,
So
and when we see that, right, that makes me want to talk about like the next natural step that says, okay, well, if you want to automate all the jobs away, then we really need to talk about, like, when you think of a job, like, how much of this is just making labor to make money, right? Think about your
well,
common office and what is actually genuinely providing. And this is something that I get really frustrated with because I see a lot of these like spaces where they're like, I won't use self checkout because I want a cashier to have a job, blah, blah, blah. And like personally for me, I've never really subscribed to that mentality because I'm going to be honest, I've done those jobs and they fucking suck. They're
oh yeah,
terrible. They're a
yeah.
0% good time,
Oh yeah, they're terrible jobs. But that's
right?
more due to the amount of care and respect you're given as a person when you're doing that.
Yeah, and I mean waiting on people, right? In any capacity, whether it be a cashier, bartender, actually serving folks, right? There's definitely a certain part that's like, okay, well, this is like enjoyable to interact with people. I work in a service capacity in my day job, so completely I'm with you there. But like when we really get down to it, it's like, okay, when we think about what is like genuinely like making things better for other people, like growing like our lives, and we think about all the different like things that shortages of shortfalls, it's like, okay, but do we really need somebody to work that cash register realistically when we could have lives that just don't revolve around work?
Again, I'm afraid I have to
Yeah,
remind you, we do
UBI.
live in a society.
I know. I'm tired of it. The day's neutral,
Yes.
by the way.
Today is
Oh, and
neutral.
it's gonna rain tomorrow,
Exciting stuff.
pal.
Um, David Graeber was a genius of a man. He wrote some very interesting books on the subject, and one of the big ones that I was really lucky enough to get an advance copy to read was, yeah, he literally just called it Bullshit Jobs. And it was talking about how much of the work that we do as a society has any bearing on the work that's actually required, like the things that need done in society, and how very small the crossover is.
Yeah.
Like, we need roads fixed, we need bins collected, we need, but these are all the jobs that are paid the worst and respected the least, when they're the ones that are actually vital to the running of society. Meanwhile, people, he was obviously talking about office jobs above all else, but yeah, 99% of office jobs don't need to exist. Like we talk about, oh, this meeting could have been an email, but there's a whole swathe of people for whom everything has to be a meeting. You've got to have 3 meetings and take notes in duplicate, because otherwise, what's the point of getting out of bed?
Yeah, but to those people, I say that they have no inner resources. I'm gonna quote, can't remember the name of the poet right now. Say that you are bored is to say that you lack inner resources.
Very true. But yeah, the whole conversation we're having about content and consumers is interesting as well, because obviously the way that the system's set up is to keep us all as exhausted as possible at all times. And to make it so that the only way we express ourselves is through, my God, it was just back to back cutscenes there, sorry. The only way we can express ourselves is through the content that we consume. And you see that shit coming up so often with the very rabid fans Oh, to say that you're bored is to say that you lack inner resources. Is that the quote?
Yeah. It's oh my god, I have this book downstairs. It was like beatnik era poetry-ish. It's not from the beatniks, but I'll remember in a bit. I have $48,000 in debt to remember this quote. I will get it out of my brain.
John Berryman.
But
Fade says.
thank you. Yes, thank you, Berryman.
Dream
Yes,
song number
dream
14.
songs.
Truly, your ability to Google faster than we can think is very impressive.
Thank you, Fane, as always.
Seriously, thank you.
I'm over here like, we used to quote this one all the time because I'm going to subject hop real quick because that's what the stream is for. I used to hang out with the Pretentious Poetry Boys, and like they had this big thing where like for a while there they were watching the old recordings of them reading these poems, and that one we quoted a lot. To be bored is to confess that you have no inner resources, I think is roughly how it actually sounds in the video.
Amazing.
Yes. I do a mean impersonation, I will say. Like once I've gotten it down, you know.
I don't think it's that cruel.
At some point I will At some point we'll do the karaoke stream and you guys can see my mean Shakira impersonation, but it ain't happening today. That's no.
Profoundly disappointing.
Yes.
Yes, that's a point, phone parenting and things about never developing creativity because you're never... But that's, again, we act as if these things are all disparate and disconnected when it feels kind of like a concerted effort to create people that are devoid of imagination and interest, who need to consume. Like that is the kind of the whole setup of the system. You need to consume and consume and consume and define yourself by the things that you consume. I mean, even in terms of talking about protests and things, what's the go-to that you're seeing at the moment? Well, we want you to financially divest from the bad thing. We want you to, we are going to boycott. We're not going to give our money to, as if spending money is the most important thing you can do.
Yeah. The whole vote with your dollars, which I think is just it definitely has, to me, when I think about like voting with your dollars, it's because like, especially here in the US, like you really can't, how do I say this? The French are much better.
Yeah.
No. So the French are much better at engaging forms of protest because they haven't armed their police as the most heavily armed military in the world, is what I'm going to say.
That is true. That is very true.
Here, especially in the U.S., voting with your dollar is the safest way to vote. Though, actually, I listened to a podcast on that. There are some states that have laws that if you have, the Ben and Jerry's thing. Did you know about Ben and Jerry's Israel?
No. What's happened?
Okay, so Ben and Jerry's, which took a stand against, the Palestine and all of that, right?
Yep.
They said, we won't condone this, we won't be a part of this. So corporate was like, all right, and they just made a Ben and Jerry's Israel, and it's like a guy in Israel that runs Ben and Jerry's, just separate to it all, right?
Yep.
Because there's a law in a state, I can't think which one it is right this second. Several states have laws where like your retirement fund is not allowed to be invested in a company that it does not have a pro-Israel stance.
Well, that's wild.
Yeah. Oh, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. I wish I had the source material in front of me because if I'd known we were going to get on this, I definitely would have had it on hand. But
yes, well, this is definitely one of the subjects I was trying very hard to not get on. To be fair.
Oh, sorry. Well, here we are.
I don't feel like there is a safe way to discuss this, really.
Yeah. So I guess the long and short of it, we'll get at, and then we can change the subject as far as that goes. I've got plenty to talk about with flowers.
But no, that is fascinating.
Is that, like, so when we get to like Texas, Texas is one of the states that like you as a business you're not allowed to operate in Texas if you don't have a pro-Israel stance.
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, but we're the freest nation in the world.
I've often said so. I have
Anyways.
to, or the CIA come after me. I think, you know what it is? I think my big problem with voting with your dollars is it means that whoever's got the most dollars gets the most votes.
And that is, in my opinion, that's the system working as designed.
Oh, yeah. And yes, Fane,
Feature,
you're
not a
absolutely
bug.
correct. If you can't imagine a better world. That is a very true and very upsetting sentiment.
Yes. Oh, I hear the baby squeaking.
Yes, he's an
It's
asshole.
the baby. Yes. Oh no, you want to hear asshole though? Let me tell you. So I sent a picture of Roman who was in his spot, behaving himself, right?
For the
Being
first time in
so
living
cute.
history.
And what did he do? But jump up onto the perch where Mr. Zuko is being a good boy. He's hanging out right now, living his stream life, right? Like, kid you not. Roman, full force, just jumped into the perch expecting Zuko not to be there.
Oh dear. How'd that go?
Well, thank God Anton had, because like this perch is an older one we have in the window, and it just uses a suction cup. But thank God we had reattached the suction cups, or both of them would have been on the floor instead of Roman just bouncing off of it like. What a goon!
Oh
A
dear.
cat. He's so silly.
That is cats for you. So, the puppy is a puppy, obviously, and behaves in a somewhat puppy manner, doing things like humping our dog to try and prove that he is dominant.
Good, good.
And, you know, I just politely pick him up and put him in air jail for a wee minute and then move him over. And then he comes back and tries it again, and we repeat the process. And last night, he decided he had had enough of that and he was going to assert his dominance over me. So I'm just sitting there watching a movie, and I look down, and there's this puppy humping my arm. Furiously humping my arm. Just like the little hips going like crazy. His two little eyes pointing in completely different directions from each other. And I was literally just staring at him. I didn't know how to respond to this because I'm not allowed to get him in trouble because his mother's very precious about him, you see. He's going to be one of these spoiled little shits. You can already tell.
Good.
But yeah, I was at a little bit of a loss really as to what to do about it. Also, he was quite happily chewing on my ear for a little while. Which I would have been fine with, but I had earrings in, and I was genuinely worried he was going to like pull one out and choke on it, so I had to stop him.
Oh no.
And then he just sat next to me, again, for the full duration of the movie, and just jumped forward and bit my arm, then jumped back, then did it again. And of course, I'm not really noticing because he's a tiny puppy. It's not really doing anything too terrible to me, you know? But yeah, he's a fucking idiot, is the gist of it. That's the long and short of the story. He is not a clever creature.
Yes. That's fine. I don't think you picked him because he was clever. I think you picked him because he was cute.
I mean, you just described more or less my policy on life.
Yes. If you would be oh so kind as to entertain chat for a second, I have to go get a snack or I'm gonna die.
Good luck.
But just so you know, I'll have my headphones on, so if you're talking shit about me, I will hear it.
I mean, that was entirely the plan. My God, did you see Amanda's dress? Who the fuck dressed her today? She looks lovely. Oh no, she stalled out the game. She forgot to click the thing, so I'm stuck at actually talking to you. How was everyone's week? You having a nice time? Oh, tiger bread. I am a fan of the tiger bread. Is it baguette, or are you doing anything with the baguette? That sounded filthier than it was meant to. I've just realised I talk slightly faster than you type, so that's probably going to cause a problem. Just baguette. Nothing wrong with that. Baguette is a full meal in itself. Bread is, as it always has been, the ideal. Just baguette in my mouth. Yep, that sounds about right. That's all good.
There we go. A little
So-
promotion for the dress.
Yes. Give it a spin.
Oh, I did. You were.
Oh, I was
chit-chatting.
tabbed all. Sorry.
Yes, I got this dress on clearance. I love it. It's so comfy.
Yep. Pears, 10 out of 10.
Thanks.
Oh no, not those things. The protein bars. Oh no.
This isn't a protein bar. This is a Cliff Bar.
What's the difference?
This one has more carbs in it.
Jody wants a cauliflower.
I'm hungry.
Oh my god, you got attacked by geese while at the park. Okay, that's just a nightmare.
Oh my god.
We're all in agreement that geese are agents of the devil, yes?
Yeah. Definitely.
Just want to clarify.
There's a cauliflower in there for you to give to Jody, by the way. In the bin,
Oh, thank
pink
you.
bin next to my door.
Excellent. Thank you. I'll definitely remember to do that sometime this year. But for now, back to the mines! Children long for the mines.
Indeed. So, yesterday, while we went kayaking, right? And it wasn't the best weather, but we get on the water. And we're finally down this like tiny little itty bitty creek, and it started thunderstorming. Apparently it thunderstormed so hard here that it hailed.
Hail?
Like hailstones fell.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Are
we
you
were
in
on
midsummer? What?
a creek in that.
Well, that's fun. I imagine that solved your not enough water in the creek problem, at least.
Okay, so funny enough, we kept beating the water down the creek. Like, we would get so
Oh,
far,
no.
and then we would just, like, whoop, and then we'd stop because we were frustrated dragging our boats across the rocks. And then after a bit, the water would all of a sudden get really muddy, and we'd realize that the water that from the creek had finally caught up with us.
Amazing.
It was hilarious.
Oh, dear.
Oh my god.
My glob. Because it is summer here, my wife has finally conceded that she might have to wear something other than all black. So she's purchased a pair of shorts and some skirts and things, and has been wearing
Are
them.
they in, like, navy blue?
They are, in fact, in a variety of colours, would you believe? Yay, we made 15,000. Woo. But the reason I'm ambling towards this, I had entirely forgotten that she had a tattoo of Lumpy Space Princess on her leg because it has been hidden for so many years.
Oh my
And
god, I love it.
I did just bellow out, "Oh my glob," the minute I saw it, because you have to.
On the subject of tattoos, I think we decided our next couple's tattoo is going to be the Studio Ghibli soot sprite with a cowboy hat on.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah,
10
'cause
out of 10.
our most recent one is Sushi Cat. This guy here. Don't mind the marks. So, chat, for those of you who don't know, after our last game, or not our last game, but the game prior, I gave myself the most aggressive case of poison ivy by assuming that I was immune to poison ivy and removing a poison ivy vine with my hands. I was wearing gloves and a tank top and sweatpants, so the entirety of my upper body was just covered in it. It was miserable. I would rather die than go through that again. So,
Yeah, that was not your finest moment.
I am not, in fact, immune to poison ivy like I thought I was.
Also, like, aren't you a master gardener? Aren't you meant to know what poison ivy looks like?
I knew what I was doing.
I beg your pardon?
I am, in fact, a master gardener of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
That is the
so
thing that
I
I
guess
am.
we just don't trust master gardeners in Pennsylvania. They don't even know what fucking poison ivy looks like.
No, I knew what poison ivy looked like. I knew exactly what I was getting into. I just thought I was immune.
Well, turns out you're not. Although, in interesting immunities, my daughter was at the dentist, and we've discovered that, like me and her brother, she is immune to lidocaine.
Oh no.
So they were pumping her full of like a half gallon of the stuff, trying to give her a filling, and yeah, turns out that just was never going to work. And for the record, this is absolutely what I'm talking about when I talk about my brain chemistry is weird, so I have to be careful with the chemicals I put in.
Fish and an eel. I think we got eel though.
Yeah, we've got an eel. We've definitely got an eel because you put it on the sign.
I have this little flowchart on my phone that I've saved in my favorite photos. That's like all of the forageables by season, like all the items you need for the community center by season. So I just pulled that up to see what thing. I was like, it's raining and it's spring. What am I gonna do?
You see, I have a different system for that. I have a wife who is dangerously obsessed with Stardew Valley, and I just turn to her and say, "Hey, where is Haley on Tuesday the 3rd of spring?" And she knows the answer every time. She
What time?
absorbed that Wikipedia.
If it's before noon, she's in her house, and at 11:30 she walks to the community center.
Okay, can you do this for every character, or is this just because you're romantically and sexually obsessed with Haley?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you for clarification. Fucking bat! Don't mind me. I'm just in the mines, doing mining things.
I'm fishing outside the mine. You're good.
Perhaps our paths will cross this evening.
Oh God, David, Amanda, you need to go to the river anyway.
So I was giving consideration to some new tattoos because I am slowly working my way through my right arm before I do anything else. I've got a really ugly tattoo I need to cover it up on my left leg, but that's not a priority at the moment. Priority is making my arm look good.
It is probably exposed far more often than your legs are.
It is, because I don't wear shorts because I've got this really ugly ass tattoo on my leg.
Oh, I see.
To be fair, I think it would probably be a lot healthier to continue covering up my legs because I will just be in little hoochie shorts otherwise.
Because what now? Say that again.
I was saying little hoochie shorts if I was able to wear shorts, so it's probably best to avoid that situation.
No, I believe no men's shorts that have an inseam longer than like 4 inches. Hoochie shorts
Darling,
for all men.
Darling, I'm an old man. If I wore shorts with an inseam of less than 4 inches, then things would be hanging out.
I said what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Men in short shorts 2024.
Listen,
And
I'm
crop
with
tops.
you. I 100% with you. Crop tops, love them, 10 out of 10. Also, that would give me an opportunity to show off my other tattoo on my stomach, which would be lovely because no one really gets to see that unless we're in certain situations. At which point, it's a wonderful litmus test to see which way they go when they see the word Dungeon Master in front of them.
That's for an after dark stream for sure.
Yes. We're going to have to paywall my tattoos.
Just like we're paywalling me singing.
Yes. Allegedly. When I have the time and money and appointments, I plan to get a pair of tattoos to join those on my thighs. A simple zebra head neck on one side for my friend, and a hanging back with as close matching outline as possible on the other thigh. That'd be cute. I like it. I wish that I had like some deep thoughts on mine, but no, mine are a mess. I like to be reflective. Like, do you mean like the same on both sides, or do you mean like you're having deep thoughts about them? Yes, I've just been adding more little nerdy things. I watched the entirety of the Owl House with my daughter, so I think I'll probably get something from that next. Which was yet another cartoon that got cancelled for being too gay.
Okay, but we got all 5 seasons of free She-Ra.
Was that on Netflix? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was a Netflix title.
You see, I'm always amazed when anything gets more than 2 seasons on Netflix.
I think because it had 2 big markets, kids and queer adults, is what really kind of like solidified it.
It does work. I mean, those are good markets, and I think that's very much what the Owl House was banking on as well. But unfortunately, business decisions are not made at Disney based on how much money they can make, but on how happy they can make the old conservatives that own it. So,
I just need a catfish.
catfish,
Yeah, I'm fishing for a catfish.
good luck. They're annoying bitch to catch. Yes, I suspect that I could go on a fairly long ramble about what happened to queer cartoons, but I'm not going to. Because that can be a whole other stream on its own.
Yeah, I used to try and have like a bunch of like really thought out tattoos, and then one time I went on a road trip and I said, man, I want a cat tattoo. And I want a tattoo on vacation, so I'm gonna get Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service just because I was there.
Excellent stuff.
It was not the best choice to go camping with, though. I'm gonna be honest. It was in the midway of like a 12-day camping trip.
Yeah, that was profoundly stupid, but random tattoos when you're out and about, that's a good time.
Yeah. We've already discussed my judgment is not great.
Yeah, oh no, I kind of assumed from the fact that you spend your
Case in
Sunday
point.
evenings playing video games with me.
You take that back, sir. Listen here, no negative self-talk in this house.
I would say, oh, how silly of you to go and get a random tattoo unexpectedly, but my wife used to do the witchcraft market in Edinburgh back before the disability made it so she couldn't work at all. And I would go along with her to like watch the table if she needed to pee or whatever. But for most of the time, I got to just go wander around. And pretty much the very first time we're there, I disappeared for an hour or two and came back with a new tattoo. Because I had found some old biker sitting outside a shop having a smoke, and I was just like, okay, I guess. Oh, even started a lovely tattoo, Fane. Kit. That's not Fane, that's fucking Sam. That makes sense. Yes, that makes perfect sense because, Sam's a big nerd.
Mm-hmm. You're a big nerd.
Fane, I apologise. I misread the text in the chat. I thought that I was reading a message from you about matching tattoos because you were talking about how you have tattoos matching, and then Sam was talking about matching tattoos.
Here's the question. Can I make it home in time?
Yeah! So, we've got an hour. We'll be fine.
I put 3 things 3 fish in the community center today.
I saw. I came up with a thing. Oh, that's neat. A cosmonaut helmet and Medusa. Oh. Rough.
Ooh, that's cute.
I'm sorry, Fane, the chat wasn't loading for me. It's all there now.
Whew. Oh shit, what event are we getting here?
Oh no, fairy.
Ooh, the fairy! What's she gonna do? What are you doing to my potatoes, ma'am? Oh, I know what happens. Where did I put my roll? I think it's outside.
No,
The fun joy about
don't know the bad. Oh, video about depression. Right. Okay. I didn't get the reference. I'm afraid, Fame. But yeah, that sucks. Also,
One thing I will say is I will never ever get another friend tattoo.
are you talking about your live, life, love?
No, actually.
Are you sure? Because I would love to talk about your live, laugh, love tattoo. Can I please talk about your live, laugh, love tattoo?
Yeah, go ahead. You can.
No, that's it. You have a live, laugh, love tattoo. I just feel it needs some
I
mockery.
fucking absolutely I do.
I am going to go cut some grass because our silo's empty. Do we have a silo?
I don't think we do.
Right. We need a silo.
Yeah, agreed.
I will go and get a silo.
Okay.
Okay,
I think you need like what, 500 wood?
Save me, Sergeant Wicker. You're my only hope.
Anyways, okay, so here you go, Chad. So, I am in fact a white bitch. That's me. Hi, my name's Amanda. I've also attempted to, you know, as one may say, tie a permanent collar. And so I, in my abundant wisdom, was like, I'm gonna get a tattoo that says live because, you know, like, I did that. And that's great because, you know, in my 20s, I made some great decisions, okay? I got married. I got a live tattoo. You can see where this is going. Anyways.
We can.
So, and then I have these friends, and, you know, sometimes when you got that riz, people tend to, like, bandwagon on with you. And unfortunately, sometimes I have that riz. And said friends were like, oh, we're going to go get tattoos too. And then they were like, wouldn't it be so cute if we all got live, laugh, love tattoos together? And I was like, yeah, oh my God, because I was like 23. So I have a tattoo. This is live because I was like, oh, you know, like that's cool. It's me. And they were like, we're going to get laugh and love. And then we all got flowers too on top of it. Yeah, you know exactly what kind of riz I'm talking about, Fane. So anyways, I've matching tattoos with two girls that I have not spoken to since 2015. Actually, this is not the only friend tattoo I have. I also have a semicolon here that I got with a more recently ousted friend.
Oh no.
Yeah. We have matching tattoos too.
So you've got to stop getting matching tattoos of people. It's just like
that's what I'm saying. I'm done. It's a friendship killer for me. The only person who's managed to withstand it is my significant other. That is it. That is all.
I mean, give them time. Clay. Right. Okay. Going to get a fucking silo built. Back in a minute.
Okay,
wait, is she even in on Saturdays?
Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me.
I thought you had an encyclopedic knowledge of.
No. I can tell you where Haley probably is right now, which is on the beach. It's the only thing she likes about this town.
Troubling, thank you.
Yeah, see, exactly, Thane. See, I got this one from my friend. These are forget-me-nots because my best friend died when I was 16. So that friendship can't deteriorate either. We are at permanent hearts, frozen forever for that one.
Jesus Christ.
Just doesn't work out with the live ones, you know?
Okay, we don't have enough clay to build a saddle. Thought it was 5, it's 10. I fucking quit.
You're just trying to hold this stream together while Fane and I are like, look at our dead people.
To be fair, we were doing some dead people contemplation this week as well. One of our friends, she had, well, she's obviously gone now, but she used to go to Jordan in the Middle East, and she would come back with various interesting tobaccos. And she had a shisha, the pipe thing, the water pipe. And that used to be a thing we all did together. We'd go round to hers and we'd all sit and smoke that. And it was very pleasant. And now that we've got our little table and stuff set up outside, we were talking about doing the same. Just, having a little smoky thing outside, have friends over for an evening, and it was a weird little callback.
I love that, though.
I mean, honestly, for me personally, it was less about the remembering a dead friend and more about, I like smoking that shit. That was fun.
Bullshit. The fun part is because I've got the dual monitors now. Thanks, Sam. When I'm playing and I'm wanting to look at you guys, I can look at like the chat and watch my screen on the stream screen to play.
Oh dear.
You almost had feelings there. Fane says.
Nope, absolutely not. No feelings. No, this is also quite tattoo related because the friend, she had a tattoo studio, which I worked in very briefly, and then she fell out with me, so I no longer work there. Well, I'm not sure of the exact sequencing of that, but no, that's just rain here. My office is basically just a little hut strapped onto the back of the house. So when it rains, it really fucking rains.
Yeah, we have a severe weather warning.
I am sorry to hear that. Please stay inside and do not go away.
When I'm done with this, I'm gonna go move sod.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna go move sod. I'm gonna be so fucking for real with you. I'm taking this cute ass outfit on to put on my grungy 5-year-old boy clothes and pull my hair back and put my sunglasses on ready for my field trip so I can go fucking move sod.
I hope you have a lovely time, Miss Frizzle.
So, it's gonna be great. Because I got a shade garden to finish. Speaking of which, we went shopping again for plants. And I now have a 9-bark, a service berry. The 9-bark's really cool because they get really tall and really big. And they have these beautiful like foamy white flowers, and the leaves are kind of like a dark reddish sort of thing.
Ooh.
Yes. I got a Joe Pyeweed. Joe Pyeweed is a native to North America. It gets to be 5 to 9 feet tall. Has these beautiful sprays of pink flowers. I got some common milkweed. What else did I get? Oh god, we have 2 blueberries, 4 raspberries, and I did winter sowing over the last season. Ow, sorry. I did winter sowing, which is where you put the plants in after December 22nd because they're meant to cold stratify as seedlings. And so I have piles of plants from that.
Yeah, I was going to say, how have they held up through the winter? Because I know the weather was a little erratic.
They're doing great, honestly. So because they've evolved to grow in this space, like they over tens of millions of years. All right, I love these earrings. I cannot stand them for one more minute. They hurt so bad. Ow. Sorry, chat. I don't have pierced ears. These are actually clip-ons, and they hurt. But yeah, no, because they've evolved to stratify in the soil here in the cold anyway. They did great. So I have.
No, it was just because I know the temperature's been up and down, and I thought stuff that stratified had to stay at a certain temperature.
For a couple weeks, and thankfully, like their stratification is in like the 30s to 40s. So, like I could have done it in my fridge, but yes, they really do hurt, Fane. But they're so cute. You see, I got these off like this tiny little TikTok shop, and I love them. But also, like, Some days I just miss having my ears pierced in general, but got keloid scars as a young adult. Also, yeah, if you don't know what a keloid scar is, don't Google it. Do yourself a favor, do not. I'll just save you, the skin gets, huge and nasty. I'd have chemo shot in my ear. It's a long story. Irradiation.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Cannot vote in favor of keloids.
Yes. Also, Fane cannot vote in favor of... Prison for dressing up to pretend... Yes. I'm sorry, Fane. That sounds not the best time.
No, that does not sound like a fun time.
Not at all.
But I will say I also do the dumbass thing of forgetting I have piercings for weeks to months at a time and then have to shove earrings through them. So you're not alone.
Yeah, the only piercing I've managed to keep is my nose ring, which is ironic because, I work a very white-collar job outside of this, and they hired me with it. I've never hit it. I've gone to every interview, but, I also have, the way my Alright, anyways. The way my nose is formed, if you're looking at me dead on, you really, unless you're looking for it, you can't see it. And most of the people who hired me were men, so they weren't looking at that, so.
Excellent.
The one time, that worked out in my favor.
I'm sure you can find other occasions where it worked out in your favor. Come on.
I mean, but a lot of the times it does not work out in my favor.
No, that's true.
Especially
if it's any consolation, my bodacious rack has only ever gotten me into trouble as well, so...
Yeah, see, if it was just the rack and not, the mouth that's attached to it, it wouldn't be so bad, but I end up so often writing my own fucking death sentence by opening my mouth and talking.
You see, that's what I like about you. That verbal suicide urge.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I did once play dumb, allegedly, enough to an officer of the law that he was so tired of me by the end of the conversation. He was like, you can just go.
I'm done. Get out of here.
Yes. This is going to be the most white bitch story ever, but it was the middle of COVID, okay? And first of all, I'm going to go lay down in bed so I can just tell this story without accidentally passing out. So, it's COVID, and I was going to, that chain the chain coffee shop that I won't give free press to. Y'all can figure it out. Anyways, I was going there.
The one that keeps you alive, yes.
I actually don't really like their coffee that much, but it means to an end. And the way the road, okay, so first of all, it was down to a 1 lane, and I zipper merged. Do you know what a zipper merge is? Okay, so zipper merging as a concept is where instead of everybody forming, so you can see that the lane is getting to 1 line. Instead of everybody being we're all going to form into 1 line and back up traffic, the actually safest way to do it is for everybody to occupy both lanes, and when you get to the point, you zip. One, then the other, then the other, then the other.
Yeah, that's what you're meant to do.
Yeah, that's not how it works here in America.
Oh, okay.
So,
I apologize.
According to the officer of the law, I cut him off, according to him.
Okay.
Right? And then I did allegedly utilize a culvert to get into the parking lot of the coffee shop. But in my defense, you couldn't super tell where it was marked for you to go, and it was wide enough for my car to fit through. I'm just saying.
So clearly it's fine.
Yes. So he pulls me over. Now, mind you, he stopped me. My car wasn't parked when he stopped me. In the middle of a parking lot, a busy parking lot, he stopped me in the lane where we're both driving.
Oh, jeez.
To lecture
you
me.
Wait 5 minutes?
No, he would wait for me to park to lecture me. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I really did think that it was the way it was supposed to go. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this happened. Until he let me get away with it.
Amazing.
Yeah. No.
You see,
I was blonde back then, so I just
works?
played it up. Yeah. It was so worth it.
I genuinely find the way you all do your traffic laws and stuff kind of fascinating because Like I've literally had police pull up to me when I had a van parked on the pavement in a residential area, like a pedestrian only area,
Mhm.
and they just sort of wandered over and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm loading shit," and then they went away.
Mm. Are you
No
in bed?
notes.
It's 1:20 a.m.
I'm heading for bed. I'm just emptying out my
Okay.
junk from my
You could-
bags.
So, case in point, one time we were loading our kayaks, and we had our garage open, and we'd
Mm-hmm.
gone into the house. Okay, not one, two cop cars pull up, and they're like, "We thought someone was robbing you." We're
Why?
not
Why did you think
boats,
that?
boats in our hands. Yeah, like what?
Yes, they
Thankfully,
broke into our home and stole our fucking boats.
yeah. Thankfully, we were at the point in our lives in which I have already learned that Amanda doesn't talk to cops. Amanda's
Good
not
choice.
allowed.
Good choice.
Because I have
The mouth, yes, we've
opinions.
established the mouth.
Yes, yeah. So I'm not allowed to talk to police officers.
Well, oh, strawberries
Neutral
are
day
up.
to day.
I'm stealing a row of strawberries.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm stealing 2 rows of strawberries. I'm going berserk.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you may have the rest of the strawberries. Thank you for sharing the farming with me. I do appreciate it.
Oh, of course. Thank you for sharing the mining with me.
Fuck, fuck. Right, I'm going to take a hole with me to the mines, see if I can get some clay that way.
Okay. It's in there for you.
Thank you. So you haven't stolen all the holes as well?
No, just the one. Just my girl.
Oh, geez, that rain is getting angrier and angrier.
Hmm? Oh, the
I'm saying
rain.
the rain, it just keeps getting worse. So, fun story. The puppy won't go out in the rain. He looks at it, he says, no, that's the end of it. He, in
Thanks. And I
fact,
recommended a brand earlier. Scroll back up. For clothes.
ran Snag. Was it Snag you were mentioning? Sorry. I remember seeing it, I think. Please confirm or deny that you said the word snag. I think you said snag. Because, yes, my dear wife has many snag items. Yes. She's way ahead of you. But thank you. I, I'm not the biggest fan of the snag stuff. I don't know. Like, she absolutely loves them. I don't know. Congratulations, Sam. I'm glad that you're all set for some exciting new streaming venture that we have not yet discussed.
Yes. Excellent. Good. Great work, Sam.
Only one way to find out, diving directly into the pit full of piranhas.
How many days does it take strawberries to spit?
We should get another 2 out of them. We'll get one on the last day, I believe,
Okay.
because we planted them on the very first day.
Yes, and I have not missed a day watering.
No, so I think we're good.
Okay. So I'm good to sell the 14 that I have in my
Oh, yeah.
inventory at standard.
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
I'm gonna work on a seed maker soon.
I do love the colors on them, Fane. I don't like the texture so much. I don't know. And I don't think the cut is always the most flattering. I think it may just be a different body shapes thing as well. But what do I know? I am not a fashionista. contrary to what my Flamingo t-shirt might tell you.
Yeah, me neither, honestly. I get all my clothes from the clearance rack. This dress was like $6. Or Old Navy. Let me tell you, I live for some Old Navy. Give me everything soft and stretchy.
I do enjoy being comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I regret to inform you that as of next month, you'll no longer be seeing me comfortable, though. I will be exclusively... Hmm? Oh, yeah, it is way too warm for that, first of all. Because, Jesus Christ, it's just... You know, I can't cope with heat at all. So summer is my enemy, and it's going to be miserable regardless. But, no, I'm going to be exclusively in ridiculous Hawaiian shirts from this point forward, because that's going to be my entire wardrobe.
Excellent. I love that.
I've decided to just commit to it. It's who I am as a person. I might as well just wear it loud and proud.
I think everybody's a fan of this.
Oh, yeah. Although I am sorry to say that I have got one which has art from Exploding Kittens on it.
And you're sorry about that? Why?
Have you seen the art from Exploding Kittens?
Yes.
Then you know why.
It's glorious.
I am a fan.
Yes.
Didn't love
Sam,
the
the
gameplay
outfit I was wearing
so much.
yesterday is all Old Navy. So I don't know if I put that in the general chat or not.
Hmm?
Oh, I was unreasonably cutely dressed for post kayak yesterday. Like, I had these like green high-waisted shorts with a belt tie, and the black semi-collar shirt with like a little. I'll send you a picture. Hang on. It was cute. It was a vibe.
It does sound unreasonably cute for going fucking kayaking in, I will say.
It's the post kayak. I wear a romper to kayak in.
Ah, okay, that's fine, as long as you're sensible.
Oh. Apparently I already allowed this one.
I was.
It's kind of blurry because I couldn't go anywhere that had good lighting to get the photo, but it's in your DMs.
That's blurry as fuck. How high are you in that picture?
I was pretty fucked up, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But yes, cute.
Thank you. That's what I packed for the kayak back. My favorite part, though, and this comment's gonna be... Okay, thank God, I didn't fuck up my potato math. Is that I'm not wearing a bra in that photo. I completely fucking forgot to pack a bra. So I said, well, I guess we're freeing the nipple tonight, boys.
And the boys were fine with that, I guess?
I mean, they've been kayaking with me for years. We go kayak camping together, so... Oh, Fane, it's the 21st of the month, and I just put potatoes in. Potatoes take 6 days. I can't put any more potatoes in after tomorrow.
Good to know.
Yes, so... Actually, wait, hold on. No, today's the last day.
Yep.
Math's hard.
What do they take, 4 days?
6.
I hate the lag when I'm playing multiplayer and I get attacked by bats. God, there's so many bats.
Yes, Spud sums. Oh, that's so good.
Spud sums.
God.
Right. Okay, Amanda, say spud sums instead of potato maths and then Fane clip it.
Yes. So, sorry guys, I had to make sure I got my spud sums correct.
You see, that's more like it.
My wife. Hello, Haley.
Dangerously obsessed.
Oh my god. What? How the fuck am I down to 1 heart? Did I forget to talk to her for a couple of days? Possibly.
Did you give her a gift she didn't like?
No, so Haley is the only bachelor or bachelorette that you can actually get to agree to dance with you for the spring dance via daffodils if you give her daffodils.
Ooh.
In time. So, just so you're all aware. She's
we
a
know.
sweetheart.
Not how I would describe her, but okay. Loathsome wretch.
Did I put the cauliflower in the community center? I don't know.
I don't remember seeing a pop-up for it. You did? Mashed potatoes. Oh, God. Fane, well done.
Thank you. Alright, we need animals. So, let's get... We need a barn. Do you want to try to finish the community center in year 1?
Can do. My big thing is I always want to try and get the crops side of things done at least, so that we can get the greenhouse. Because winter without a greenhouse is kind of miserable.
Yes.
Like Scotch bonnet, amazing.
Okay, so I sleep in a blue bonnet, and Blue Bonnet is a butter brand here, and their whole thing is like their slogan is everything's better with Blue Bonnet on it.
Okay.
And so I'm always like, so established people know this that I wear a blue bonnet to go to bed in. That's my joke is always everything's better when I'm on it because everything's better when Blue Bonnet's on it.
Of course.
Anyways. Shit.
Is that the sound of slogan-based humor coming to a crashing end, or was that?
No, that was me. My brain going, hello, goodbye. Because I remembered I needed to look up the barn stuff.
Right, well, I think we have utterly failed to talk about any of the things we were meant to talk about on the stream.
Go us.
Well done us.
Did you get the silo?
Hmm?
Did you get the silo?
Nope, didn't get any clay.
Clay?
Still need clay. Need like 3 clay. We will get it next time because I think it's about time to wrap it up, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, let's finish out the day then.
Yes, and then what is it that we're playing next week? Remind me.
You're the schedule master.
It's the last weekend of the month.
Oh
no, it's the first weekend of next month. So that would be Spooktown Weenies.
Yeah.
Don't get spooky. And we've also got some other stuff to announce, which we will do on socials and YouTube and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So keep your eyes peeled. Yes, we will be doing Spooktown, and then yes, peeled eyes.
All right. Well, let's see what we got for the hour end of the day. I already leveled up my hoe proficiency this week.
I bet you did.
Got some money.
I do like money.
Yeah, gonna need it for the barn upgrades.
They are very expensive. Right. Okay. Yes, Spooktown Weenies next week. Should be a good time. Always is a good time. And as a wonderful dungeon master, we always enjoy ourselves.
Yes, so we will see you guys next week for Spooktown Weenies. This has been the Dragonbone Archives. So, have a wonderful
Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.